Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Factorio and our Bat Challenge. That is the Bob's Angels 1000 Challenge. They've instantly gone through and they've started manufacturing, and there is now pumping the stuff out. So I've got acid gas filling up in here, and I've got my natural gas resources, my natural gas liquids filling up over this side. So the next part of the process is processing natural gas liquids. And that goes through the same filter, the same facilities that we've got over here. If I swap this over a minute and I have a look at the actual natural gas liquids use in here, there are 6 uses. Methane, ethane, and butane. That's the only one that we've got available at the moment. And we need these so that then we'll eventually be able to turn some of this into plastic. And we're going to need plastic. Later, we get more where if we add in synthesis gas, which comes, you know, the gas residual thing, the purple bit that I showed you earlier? That is, you essentially break it down through a couple of processes, and that comes, you get synthesis gas out of it. Mix it with this, and then you get a higher concentration of methane out of this. You get a lot more methane coming out. And then you get this one here, which is gas condensates mixed with natural gas liquids. And that gets you a little bit of naphtha, which you can use to make some fuel. And you get a lot of butane coming out of it. And then this is more of a balance. You get, oh no, the residual gases. Sorry, that's what you get, the purple thing I showed you. But anyway, we don't need to worry about those. This is the only one we need to concern ourselves with at the minute. So we get butane, ethane, and methane. And then we want to be storing up those 3. And we've got to process them, and that goes back through the gas refinery. And ultimately, what we're looking to make is plastic. Right? There's a process that we want to do. When you look at these here, we've got polyethylene liquid, we've got styrene liquid, ethyl benzene liquid, phenol, butadiene, I think, propene, methanol, ethylene, benzene, like all this stuff that we've got in here. It all starts with this little process that we've got. We've just kicked into gear right now. This is the very beginning of a lot of complicated processes that are going to be going on for a long time. And what I'm looking for is something in particular, not molten silicon at all. I don't want that. Semi-heavy water. I don't even know what that's for. I don't know what... I've never used coolant or heavy water or anything like that. Never touched them so far. There is something in particular... Oh, that's what I'm... Liquid plastic. We want to make liquid plastic. To make liquid plastic, you've got 7 different options. Obviously, you can empty out a barrel of liquid plastic. Unfortunately, we don't have any of them lying around, so that's not an option for us. The most basic one is this one. You need the propene gas, and that makes 10 liquid plastic. Then you can have naphtha and polyethylene, which is plastic level 2, which is more complicated. Plastic level 3 for formaldehyde and phenol liquid. Swamp Arboretum technology, you get raw bioplastic along with acetone gas, and that gets you plastic. But we need to go exploring things. To be able to unlock that, we've got to go exploring things, which means that we've got enemies to fight. Bioplastics right there, that's the other one, which I can't do. Like, bioplastics in here. I can research bioplastics. I can go and do that right now. But I need other processes, and I can't get those other processes without the tokens. Without those right there, the alien plant life samples, and I can't get those without the gardens. So you see what we're up against. And then your background to some of these other bits. So we don't want to worry about those. The basic plastic technology is propene gas. To make propene gas, you need methanol and steam. Or you need a red metal catalyst, naphtha, and steam. Now, both of these, oil steam cracking, these are both technologies that we've either got or we will be using very soon. It's not going to take us very long to actually be getting those. To get methanol gas, you go into here. We've already got this one. You have hydrogen and carbon dioxide. They're easy in making green metal catalysts. The green and the red metal catalysts are fairly straightforward. We can do that. Methane gas. Now, we're making... Well, we will be able to turn that into ethane, methane, and butane. So, we're already there with the methane. We've got that. And that gets us residual gas, which we want to save up. Cellulose fiber can be turned directly into methanol. And we've got a big lot of that, actually, coming through. So, propene gas right there, with this tech that we've got with plastic level 1, we can get methanol gas, and we can do that by making cellulose fiber. We don't need this to be able to go and get all of that lot, yeah? You see where we're sort of, like, we could potentially do this without having to use up any of our oil at all. We do it via the method of using the cellulose fiber, which I've got on here anyway, the green algae processing. So I can do that, and I can make plastic. I've already got plastic. And the other one is another complex process. So I can make plastic. I'm sure that's a new thing, though. I'm positive that's a new thing. Anyway, that's plastic production. I've got some basics going in here with these. I'm not going to worry about this too much more for a minute. I'm going to let the natural gas liquids fill up, and I'm going to see what else we might want before we start pulling in loads of those. Because there are so many processes that I'm going to want. I kind of got to find out which ones I need to prioritize. Now, at the moment, we're doing laser research right here. Then we're going to be building laser turrets, and then we're going to build plasma turrets, because those are our single best chance of being able to fight off enemies if we want to start expanding before we actually get to doing long-range artillery. And looking at the way these are spreading out down here, I'm wondering if it's going to be very long before they go and hit James Collins over there and remove him permanently. It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. He's mad about just the fact that that one even exists. So there's a distinct possibility that that could happen. That could very soon sort of be a thing. And we've got gun turrets here. These gun turrets are going to be completely and utterly useless against these big things. Like, we got no chance. We need the plasma turrets. If we don't have plasma turrets, we have got no chance whatsoever. But where would I want to go? I want to get gardens and stuff. If I've got any chance of being able to advance, I'm going to need gardens. In order to be able to get gardens, I don't want to be blowing them up with plasma turrets. Plasma turrets are wonderful, but they are incredibly destructive. You do not put a plasma turret anywhere inside your base, because everything it touches, it will turn to fire. So yeah, that's another thing that you've got to keep in mind. Nasty things happen when you're using plasma turrets to your own base. Alright, travelling around at the moment is starting to become a bit of an issue, and I've been saying I'm going to try out a couple of mods and see what we can find. So my first attempts at some sort of travel mod are going to be this one, a hovering car to quickly traverse rough terrain. I don't know if that will go over buildings and stuff or not. I'm hoping it will. I don't want something that's going to be crashing into buildings. The idea is it's supposed to travel over the top. So we've got a hover car there that we may be able to use. The other one that I'm trying is teleportation redux. This is mid to late game tech for teleportation devices as beacons which allow teleportation between them and equipment that allows teleporting within vision range, including radars using a remote. Both methods require power proportional to the distance traveled, also includes optional telelogistics technology, which transfers items from a tele-provided chest to a selected beacon. We wouldn't be using that. If you can use that as a standard thing for moving stuff around the base, I won't be using it for this series. Probably I won't be doing that at all. If it does work, if it fits in nicely, it will simply be to teleport us from one side of the base to the other in order that we can, speed up some of this jumping around. But that's the two that I've got. So let's carry on. I'll have a look and we'll see what the tech is. So I got automobilism right here, automobilism. And that one, like, I'm not seeing at the moment a hover car unlocking in it. It might be that these two mods that I've got are not actually compatible with the Bobs and Angels mods. So there's always that possibility. Bobs and Angels are quite, they're all encompassing. They cover all of the games. So there is every possibility that these new techs that we've got don't actually fit in with what we've already got. But that being said, let's keep looking. I don't see any techs in here. I mean, I suppose I could have just gone here to start with and seen if we've got anything new in this bit. I got Angels Exploration. There's nothing in there. Bob's. There's nothing there. Standard logistics. Got logistics here. This is the crawler lights and stuff like that. Disappointingly, it looks like both of these mods aren't actually compatible with Bobs and Angels. And that's why we won't be getting them. Oh, they are in here. Teleportation and advanced teleportation unlocks personal teleporter, and that is the teleporter beacons right there. In order to get the teleportation devices, I've got to do quite a bit of research to be able to get down to those. So that is quite a late game situation that we will be on. Basic data cores, Blue Science Analyzer. So we've already got the tech in theory for the other bits of it. Oh no, we haven't got the Blue Science packs. But yeah, it's gonna be a little while before we can get those. That's the teleporter. So what about the hover car? Have we got the... We do. We have the hover car as well. Hover Tech 2, more power, more storage, more speed. That sounds pretty cool. 200 plate, orange circuits. Right, let's go here. So there's the hover car. And again, it's a similar kind of stuff. Similar techs as well, by the look of it, before we can actually unlock. So we don't have anything for this stage of the game, which is going to help us. Unfortunately, we don't have any shortcuts on that bit, so we just kind of need to keep plugging along. I've got these two techs. They will be available, but when that will be, well, your guess is as good as mine. So, what do we do next? I have now got the gas that is sorting out into gas condensates there. We've got sulfuric wastewater coming in there. I've got raw gas going into there. This is being turned into acid gas there, and it's being turned into natural gas liquids over there. I will eventually want to have something that we can start piping the multi-phase oil over and processing that as well. And this is going to be our main processing area for now, so that multi-phase oil will end up sort of being piped all the way along there and then down. So I'm kind of thinking, well, we don't want to do that, because piping the stuff underground, whilst it is good, is generally considered to be a bit subpar for moving stuff around. You don't really want to do that if you can help it. It's actually better for frame rates and stuff like that if you can do it another way. So if we were to, say, make a few thousand empty barrels, we could instead move the multi-phase stuff over in barrels and then empty them out again. So I've got crystal seed barrels right there. I've got crude oil barrels, multi-phase oil barrel, natural gas liquid. It's multi-phase oil. That's the one that we've got. Multi-phase oil. So I want barrels, and I'm going to load them up with multi-phase oil, and then bring them over here and empty them out, and send the empty barrels back. So really, I want something that's going to make me some barrels, and then we can put those onto belts. And that might end up sort of in the long run being a better thing for us. It will help to keep the frame rates right and stuff like that. Now, the other things that we're going to want to build fairly soon, these are the ones that we want high on the list now. We want enhancement block there, so that we can make enhance. We got enhancement block 1. We want electronics block 2 coming in, turn servo motors, electronic parts, and clay bricks. We're making clay bricks already for that one down there. Clay bricks, tinned cable, electronics block, energy block 1. This one, we need weapon parts, which we're already making. So we've got everything for that one. We've got everything for that one. We've got everything here. And we've got weapon 2. Weapon 2 is about the only thing that we don't have currently. Everything else on this list is now being made. Everything. Literally everything on that list is being made. And I've got this big sort of mess of stuff being made in here. And it's all kind of like being dragged together and sent out and sent to different places and yada yada yada, so on and so forth. And we've got all of these mixtures of everything going through, and everything is, you know, it's all being made, it's all kind of working, but yeah, it could be better, couldn't it? This is just the starting area, though, really. So if we're going to be building a second lot, I'm kind of thinking that we want to build a square out over here. Right, we've got all the algae farms there. So if I was to build a big square down here, I could start taking the materials from here. They can run in underground belts. We can sort of come down here and we can head over this side. We can bring the materials that we want from there out over to here relatively simply. And a lot of this stuff, it wouldn't be all that difficult to move it over to this side and have a new manufacturing area over here. So we kind of want to be figuring out a way to go and get those up and running. Now, I got small construction zone and I got the small remote chargers. I've got these, that they're being made here anyway. I've got oil up there. The natural progression of what we're doing at the moment. Oh, the other thing that we want to do is we also want to start increasing the speed of our research. Like, things are starting to slow down quite a bit with each of our research points on here. And the reason they're slowing down is we've only got 2 of these on each of them. So this suggests to me that maybe a major redesign is in order. Maybe we should be looking at completely changing things around a little bit. If we go in here, we're on red and green at the moment in there. So I want the red and green research. Is it you? You're not actually operating. Which one is operating at the moment? It's that one. It's that one right there, the red and green. That one right there. Red and then the green thingies. It is that one, isn't it? Where are we? Yeah, it is. No. No, that's just taking the red ones into there. Doesn't take any more than the red ones. This one takes the blue and then it's got the red and the green. No, it is that one. It is that one. I just need... It's red and then the green science pack thing here, which this one was taking and is taking no longer. So I need that green science to come out. Where is that coming from? That's coming from over here. And up this way. And then over here. And then down, and there's the green again, and that was coming up, and that's from here. So why aren't you making? What is it that you need to be able to make more of these green packs? What are you needing to make those green packs? Green circuits. I've got no green circuits coming up. Now, I would have had green circuits. We can back all the way along. They are down here, along with these other bits. See, they come down here. Come down along here. And down this way, and then back. There we go. They go up there. And that's the ones on there. So they're coming out onto the line over here. And these are being made down this way. And why am I not making any green circuits? What is it about the green circuits that are no longer being made? I've got... There is an item missing. Off of these green circuits, intermediate, resource, angels, components, green circuits, resistors. I have no resistors coming down. Resistors... The resistors are coming from all the way over here, aren't they? Isn't this where resistors are being made? There's the You've stopped completely! Something's gone wrong down there. That's what's happened. Something has gone wrong, and that has stopped the entire base from working, just about. All of our green packs have stopped. All of this has stopped. So why have you stopped? I have no saline water coming in. That is just copper pipe there. That's not providing saline water where it should be. You've got no saline water coming in. Petrochem gas tank contents, there's no saline water coming in there. Ah. Clarifier. Well, that's allows flow of the input sides above 80%. You're above 80%. You're on purified water tanks are completely full, but it's not allowing this to flow through into there. You're a petrochem gas tank. Is it because you're a gas tank, maybe? But there's something gone wrong here. That one, maybe that one, maybe we got the overflow valve. Oh, I think I had it the wrong way round. Yes, I had the overflow valve the wrong way round on there. That's why it did it. The overflow valve's the wrong way round. So now this one can fire up again. That's immediately going to start dropping, and that means that the saline water can start running again. Once this one here is emptied out a bit, it's going to take a minute to properly cycle through, but it does 1,000 per cycle, so it will pretty quickly start to get rid of some of this. And there we go, we have got saline water coming in and actually starting to fill up like it's supposed to. Look at that. That's now cycling. And you should be cycling as well, except you're not. So it's running a little bit slow, but it is starting to run. We do actually have movement on this thing. That one goes up, that joins back in, and that so that comes up around the top. And then this one here is the saline water that goes into here, and that is working as well. Right. There we go. So that is why everything had ground to a halt and the lasers weren't working, because one valve... That was it. I had one valve down there that was the wrong way round, and because of that one single valve on there, the entire factory was grinding to a halt. So that's going to start that one up, which means that we then get the algae coming along and traveling and turning into these bits, which in turn gets made into paper, which in turn means that I will be able to have the paper come in here so that I can make the resistors, and then the resistors can head off down the track to go and build the green circuits down the bottom, which is kind of a crucial aspect of all of this. It's going to take a minute for this to all properly start firing back up, but it is going to get there. Alright, it's not going to stay gone forever. There we go. We've got some resistors going back onto the track. And we got paper spreading out. See? Takes a minute. Right, while that builds back up to speed, we are also wanting to look... So I was kind of thinking, how do I want to do this? Like, I could just clear away masses of this stuff and start rebuilding this from scratch so that I've got like a production area for research all in one spot. But I'm not sure that that is really the best option. don't think that that's necessarily what we want to be doing right here. I think that that could end up backfiring and taking too long and pushing us back, and I don't want to do that. At least at the moment, it's working, and it is doing something. And I kind of figure that's like a good thing to be, you know, keeping going at the moment, so long as it's doing something. Once we've built up our weapons and we're able to better handle enemies and things like that, then maybe we could think about moving things out on a little bit further. Now, I'm going to take some of those. I'm going to take some of those. We've got a full stack. And then I'm going to go up here. And I'm going to take small construction zone expanders. Lots of them. Small remote charging stations. Crawler robo-boxes. That's the charging stations. It wasn't charging stations that I was looking at quite so much as... Well, what was the other bit that I was looking for? Logistic zone expander. Was it those? Oh no, it's the remote charging station. That is the one that I want. Right, okay. Yeah, and then that sort of gives me, I have charging and I can have the whole lot. So joining these together like that seems to be a pretty good method of doing this, and that gives me plenty of charging points. So I'm going to go on up this way. Now, at the moment, I've got some requests here for bricks, but most of it, there are no requests for bricks anywhere on the base. A lot of those have now been built. I will put down more bricks still, but I'm not going to do that yet. What I want to do first is we'll go into our map, and we will go with a land... Let's go in here. Take the landfill one like that. Have actual landfill here. Right. Okay, so I've got the landfill there. That is going to be ready. I want to put some landfill up this side, and then I'm also going to want to put a few other bits and pieces down as well. At the moment, the landfill on this side is not too important, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go with the construction zone expansion, and we're going to pull this out of here. So I'm going to bring you there as far as you'll go. That one up to there, and then it's literally right there on the very edge of this piece of land. So that one's going to go there, and then I'm going to bring this back over this way and kind of join these in together where I can. And I'll put in some charging stations as well, so I want that one. I literally just want to bring it across, so that one will drop down there, and I'll put power down in a minute. Oh. Fortunately, it doesn't join in unless I put power in to start with. So I'll do that. And then I can put this one in. Just got to wait for that one to charge up. There we go. That's better. Now I can see where it's got to go to physically join in. So if I run a line of these like that, and then I can go back and I can... basically, what I'm going to want to do... Well, unfortunately, that is all we've got time for. We will come back tomorrow, and we will carry on with the Bat Challenge, continue trying to make 1,000 of absolutely everything. But we'll also take a little short break and try to catch me a door flurp. If you've enjoyed the episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.